Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. The two are interchangeable. Apologies for being a little bit late there. I was just doing some little last minute research to kind of just look up some things, particularly in regards to questions with meetings that, of course, Duck L'Orange has been having with leaders, with Sir Kier Starmer and Zelenskyy, I think, is coming up. Oh my goodness! I mean, first of all, I mean, did any of you did you guys see the Trump Gaza video? The AI Did you see it? Oh my God! I did a video about it last night. Many of you may have seen it, where I was talking about the eclipses and all that stuff. And this is just, I mean, as you've heard me say before, when it comes to Trump, we're talking about the beyond, yeah, beyond the beyond. Dr. Orange is beyond the beyond. It's just words can't even begin to describe. So, yes, let me know about it. Yeah, some people saying here, yes, saw it. That crazy video. And Robin said, "You saved me from the news." I mean, it's just it's beyond description. Jerry saying hello from Canada. Oops. D and we are in alternative universe. Yeah, you guys will know that I said this, and I don't want to keep preaching to the choir. But I need to comb my hair a little bit. My hairline's a little bit weird. Anyway, and you'll remember me saying, I said in that inauguration chart, I said we are gonna see stuff happen in this regime. Well, I said administration at the time, it's a regime that has never happened before. Yeah, never happened before. And do you remember I was talking about Uranus being there in the first house in Aries, and I said this is dealing with mavericks, weird, unusual things, technology, AI, and he did that. Trump. Uh, it's just beyond. Yeah. So Teresa said, "Oh my God, that video is disgusting." Yeah. It's just remarkable. Nancy saying Trump sold his soul to Musk and to everyone, to everyone. If someone's just saying here, Robin Dopp is saying the 314 is a remarkable coincidence. So basically there's a big march planned for March a big march planned for March 14th. I spoke about it yesterday. What I'll do is I'll put the link in the video description after I've completed this video. I'll put the link in the video description, and then you guys can look at that and basically hopefully join that march. Yeah, Dallas was saying, yeah, pure insanity. It's just totally beyond. Lynn saying we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Lynn. Anne is saying, when will Saturn leave the USA? Well, we all have Saturn everywhere, of course, in our charts. All the planets are there when we're born. And Saturn will be changing signs soon. Now, of course, remember in Western astrology, remember I'm a Neo-Vedic astrologer. So I followed the placement of the stars, the sidereal placements of the stars, because the stars are constantly moving. Yeah, they move backwards. Western tropical doesn't take that movement into account, but a good astrologer is still a good astrologer, I always say, irrespective of the technique they use. They're good, they should be able to arrive either at the same or similar things. But the point is the stars are moving backwards. Yeah, so imagine this is the galaxy, like just like the Milky Way. In the middle of the Milky Way, we've got a black hole in there, and the ancients used to call that Vishnu Nabi, which means the belly button of Vishnu. Very tumultuous. Anyway, so Saturn is going to move into sidereal Pisces on the 29th of March 2025. So this is less than a month away now, but as you and I've been calling it the Great Awakening or the Rude Awakening. So this energy is building. You remember I said, guys, this energy is going to build and build and build and then get more intense. Everyone is starting to what? Wake up. Yeah. Of course, you guys that watch my channel and and the likes, are already awake. We know who needed to wake up. Yeah, it's very obvious who needed to wake up. But it's not just American voters. This is happening all across the world. Europe is having to wake up about its relationship with America, which is, America's basically said it's on its own. Even Britain. I was watching a little bit of Sir Kier Starmer with Trump today. I managed to catch a little bit before I started the show. So, we'll be talking about that. But with the astrology thing, something important, I've made a note here to remind myself, something that I don't share enough because I always forget. But this will help you guys understand the bigger, larger influence of what is going on with the energy in America. And we need to talk about Rahu, the north node of the moon. I'll try and keep this quick. Rahu Rahu is the north node of the moon. Wherever the north node of the moon is, it shows the direction in life that we're supposed to go in. It's like the magnetic poles, Rahu and Ketu. Rahu, as you know, Ketu is the body of the dragon without the head, and he's mute. And I call Ketu snip, snip. Separates things, can deal with dissatisfaction, etc. Very good for research and geeks, but can be really weird, yeah, and freaky. Deals with dodgy people in their basement and all of that kind of stuff, plotting murders and everything. Rahu, yeah, is the head of the dragon without the body, and I call Rahu gobble gobble for a good reason. Rahu represents the extremes. Yeah, Rahu and Ketu are extreme, but Ketu is in extreme introverted energy usually, and Rahu is extreme extroverted energy. Rahu in the positive will bring us exotic things, new things. It's the direction in life ultimately that we're supposed to go, but it's always a bit scary. But the shadow of Rahu, liars, robbers, cheats, charlatans, fraudsters, every kind of douchebaggery, which is to do with swindling people or slitting someone's throat to get the money or that and the other. Rahu is obsessed with fame, with power, and with money. Yeah. If we use our Rahu well, he will bring us those things. But if we become obsessed or possessed by Rahu, we will value fame, money, and power above everything else. Now, the reason why I said this is important is because we have a Dasha system, and that means people and countries can be under a dominant influence of a planet for a certain amount of time. And I want to quickly show you here the Dasha sequence of the United States chart. So this puts things into perspective. And when you see the timing on this, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. All right, so let me just do share screen. Just going to get you up a chart here. Let's do entire screen. And now with my faster computer, it should be a bit better. Let me just close down one of these windows just in case I get a little bit of laggage. All right. So, and I'm going to answer your questions. Don't worry, I'm going to answer your questions, but I have to show you this so so we get what's going on. Here is the Declaration of Independence chart, which you guys have seen many times before. I've shown it before. 4th of July, 1776, 6:30 p.m. Philadelphia time. That's the one that, as a Vedic astrologer, I like to use, and many Vedic astrologers use this. Yeah. Now, the important thing to look at is down here. Hopefully you can see my cursor, and you see here where you've got all of these letters. Yeah. Now, if I go back in time, yeah, here I can go back in time. So, let's see, what have I done here? Oh, never mind, I messed it up anyway. But look here, we can see it says 1885, 1886, etc. If I go to the first one, that's it. You can see here, America actually started out in RAHU Dasha. Yeah, started out in RAHU. You can see here is 24th of September 1775. Now we know America is older than that, but this is the energy that was in place before the signing of the Declaration of Independence chart on July 4th, 1776. So you see, the Rahu energy was there before this was signed and ratified. Yeah. So there's that. So here I go back up to modern times. And here I'm just going to go forwards again. Oh, what's going on? Oh, do not mess up now. What the hell? Oh, okay, 1 second. Something's gone a bit wrong. Let me just do, what have I done? Oh, gee whiz. 1 minute. Let's just go like this. Let's go like this. And let's go back. Oh, okay, here we go. So if we look here, I just wanted to show you this. Something just went a bit weird. And I hope the gremlins aren't interfering with me again. Here we go. So if we see here, Rahu. So America is back in a Rahu Dasha. That means the Rahu influence is predominant right now. You'll get different planetary influences as you go along, but everything is Rahu. Now look when this began. Remember I said charlatans, liars, cheats, fraudsters, theft, poison, even. Rahu's shadow can deal with that. Rahu in America started on the 24th of September 2015. Remember who was campaigning around about that time? Yeah. Who went on to become president in 2016? Yeah. Orange. So we are in this energy, and then he went into his as you know, Trump is in his Jupiter Dasha. Anyway, went into Rahu, Jupiter, etc. Now, America is currently in its Rahu Mercury phase. Rahu Mercury phase. So Mercury in the United States. Now, Mercury deals with media, communications of all kinds. Yeah. It's in America's 8th house, which is the house of what? Sex, death, and rock and roll. Scandals, all sorts of dodgy stuff can happen in the 8th house. The positive of the 8th house, it does deal with spirit, it can deal with transformation, and it can deal with the occult, hidden knowledge. Yeah. Spirituality, of course, is increasing around the world, but in America in particular. But Rahu and Mercury are together in the chart, which means that this energy of Rahu can be even more insatiable for power. Mercury is media, but this can mean when it's with Rahu deals with lies. This can mean what? Disinformation, lying on a grand scale. My goodness, haven't we seen all of that? So I just wanted to share that. Now, the Rahu Dasha does go on for a while, but I just wanted to give that insight as to why the energy is so intense. Yeah, does that make sense? Now, let me just here minimize. And I'm back down. So I hope that made sense for you guys. Let's get into the questions. And then I'll have a click through. All right. So question number 1 is coming from Nick Minks, and it's about Kier Starmer. So she says, your favorite Starmer, that's British humor, by the way. You know, I'm not a fan of Starmer. Anyway, Starmer is meeting the orange, obviously Trump. Will he stand up to him or will he kiss the ring? Yeah. And then Denise Ferguson said, saw the video and unfortunately they looked pretty chummy. And then Nick Mink says, yeah, reason why I asked, but the cards could say it's just for show. So let's see. They did look pretty chummy. Duck L'Orange was complimentary. Oh, look what's at the bottom, the moon. Moon. Duck L'Orange was complimentary about the UK military. Basically, he slithered out of answering a direct question, but he basically, someone asked if British troops were in Ukraine and if British troops got attacked, would America step in to help? And Duck Lagrange said, well, you know, I'm not sure the British military would need our help because, you know, they're a brilliant military, etc., and all of this kind of stuff. So, you know, basically, I think they could manage. But he said at the same time, but, you know, if they were attacked, yeah, of course, you know, I would help out, etc. And then he held Sir Kier Starmer's hand, shook his hand, and then Sir Kier Starmer said, yes, where our special relationship is still one of the best relationships that's ever happened in history. Yeah, which is, you know, kissing ass, basically. But anyway, let's take a look. Let's see what the cards have to say. So will Kier stand up or will he kiss the ring? Well, I think he's kissed the ring already, to be honest, but let's see what the cards say. What's likely to come out of this relationship? Let's do that. So I hope that me explaining that Rahu energy, I hope that's helped give extra insight. And Rahu is the wildest one, by the way, is the wildest Dasha. Let me just quickly do some quick shout outs as well. Just want to thank my clients who I saw today. So Adana, you know who you are. Carmen, you know who you are. And Nadia, I saw today as well, you know who you are. And if anyone would like a consultation with me, then my details are in the video description and you just go to my website, email me there. That email is separate, yeah. So it's easier. Anyway, let's take a look here. Here we go. Oh, well, look at this. Look at this. A little bit of apple juice. Look at this. All right, so the question is, Starmer is meeting the orange. Will he stand up to him or kiss the ring? So if we look here, look at this. This is the Knight of Cups, which is known as the card of seduction. Yeah, it's a card associated with seduction, with romance, but this can also talk about diplomacy and the envoy. Yeah, so here, this is Kier Starmer. Yeah, coming to America. This is also a card of making an offering, but we're talking about Duck Lagrange here. So he's like, I come in peace, dear sir, I come in peace. Yeah. So this is a charm offensive. This is a charm offensive. What Kier wants to do is basically flatter Duck Lagrange and make him look and feel good. Yeah. Also, as well, this is a card of emotions, and it can also talk about relationships. So, what is Sir Kier Starmer is crossed the channel, and he wants to reinforce the special relationship between Britain and America. Now, of course, admittedly, especially since the Second World War, there is one. But does Duck Lagrange give a damn about that? Unlikely. However, what Duck Lagrange does care about is the royal family. Yeah. And if there is any trump card, it's probably that. But we know Duck Lagrange cannot be trusted, and any deal you make with him will be worthless in 10 minutes. He'll just change his mind or just throw you under the bus. Yeah. But this is Sir Kier Starmer going as envoy on behalf of Britain, trying to seduce, to charm, to flatter. Yeah. Why? If we see here what's in the obstacle position, but if the first card is positive, then the second card can be reinforcing. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles. It's about the money. Yeah. But aces are initiatory. They're yes cards, but they're also initiatory. So he's also there to get what? Contracts, new contracts, some kind of trade deals or something like that. You know what? We've got a question coming up about Ukraine. Yeah, the Trump Zelenskyy, and I think Zelenskyy is coming. Is he tomorrow or something like that? I can't remember. Oh, is it Wednesday? Today's Tuesday, so 27th of February 2025, and it's 23:23 right now. Wow, I just looked at the clock. 23:23. I think Zelenskyy is tomorrow or Thursday. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think that's when it is. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking like, this is big money, big contracts. And basically Trump and his regime want Zelenskyy to sign 50% of the mineral rights, yeah, to America. But could it be that Sir Kier Starmer wants in on that as well? Would it be the case that Keir Starmer would be like, we will put peacekeeping troops in place to protect those areas, and then Britain gets to stuff a bit of money down the bra? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? That's just how I'm seeing that there. Maybe a leap of fancy, but I have to also intuit the cards as well. Anyway, if we look here, we have the smug merchant, yeah? So this can talk about Duck L'Orange, because obviously, look, Zelenskyy is between a rock and a hard place, and he's just been completely sold out, you know, by this regime, much to the chagrin of course, decent Americans and many people around the world. But because we're also talking about Keir Starmer and Trump, maybe Starmer comes away with something. He might come away with some kind of deal. Yeah, this is the plan. He wants a deal. He wants something favorable for the UK, which is logical, and that's his job. Yeah, that's his job, irrespective of how outrageous Duck L'Orange is, because he's just beyond. Yeah, he's just beyond. Do you remember how I said this is the Mad King? You guys would have heard me say, I said it's that echo, and I said instead of it being the Mad King George, which was what led to the Declaration of Independence Chart of America, in Declaration of Independence in the first place, yeah, because it was King George, the Mad King, as we call him. Turns out he might have had some genetic thing, but anyway, and it was about the taxes, you know, taxes on tea. That's where we get the Boston Tea Party from and all of that stuff, if I remember my history correctly. And I said it's like history, like they say, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes and it often mirrors. And this time, the Mad King is Duck L'Orange. Yeah. Anyway, here we got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords talks about, it can talk about females, but it's not just that. It's someone who's sharp and astute. Sharp and astute. It's a card of calculating things, weighing things up, and trying to arrive at a fair and accurate decision. But as you guys will know, have been watching me, I've always said that the King and Queen of Swords also deal with business and accounting in particular, money, counting the money, making sure it's accurate. So what this says to me, coming next to the merchant, yeah, this might be putting the fine legal details on some kind of legal agreement, yeah, because this also deals with laws, legal agreements, etc., contracts. And then here we have the Fool card. So again, this is talking about here, basically, Keir Starmer and Britain are having to take a leap of faith here to hope that Duck L'Orange will not screw over the UK, yeah? He's there going as envoy, hoping to get some kind of big contract, might well succeed, get it kind of legally pinned down, and then kind of taking the leap of faith, yeah, kind of jumping in bed, really, with Duck L'Orange, hoping to get something out of it. Or could it just be a fool's errand? Is this a foolish leap? That remains to be seen. Yeah. But I hope you found that interesting, guys. Oh, goodness. Wow. There's 652 of you here watching live with me already. Much appreciated. Thanks so much for being here. And of course, I have to say it in every video, but please, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell notification. And up to 40% of you that watch are not subscribed. So please, think about subscribing. It's free, and it helps the video and helps my work. All right, let's move on to the next question. Let's have a quick scroll down the old chit chat and see who's there. So Light Vocation says, hello, Hogarth and everyone. Thank you for doing your shows, Hogarth. Much appreciated. A pleasure. Glad to be here. Oh, look Look at this. Thank you so much, Foggy. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your kind donation. And then Debbie's saying, hello, Wonder C, North Carolina here. Hello, Hogarth. Thank you. Nice to see you from North Carolina. What's this here? Vivian saying, Dems better get it together. AI will unbalance the world, especially politics. Yeah, that's a very good point. And here someone's saying, Carly saying, silent protest for Amazon from March 7th to 14th. That's another one as well. Get them where it hurts. Yeah, we know already the only things these people admire is, you know, respect is money. Yeah, that's it. That's where the buck stops. That's what it's all about. You know, if Elon were to lose all of his money, or if he wasn't so-called the richest man in the world, no one would pay any attention to him. You know, they would see his mediocrity for what it is. But there you go. Here, this is a good point. Let me just read this. Talon says, being outrageous is a tool of distraction, and I sense it's so it turns off the rational brains of those listening. Then when the serious stuff begins, our logic is too docked to take swift action. Yes, that is a very good point. And it's premeditated. So look, I know it's very popular to say Duck Larange is stupid. And many of the things that are being done are outrageous and stupid, yeah, as it seems. But this is a plan. Yeah, this is a plan. Remember, Project 2025, they've actually exceeding Project 2025. Project 2025 wanted to get rid of 50,000 government employees. They're what, 200,000 now or something like that, if not more. This is just, and it's like Bannon said, wasn't it? Flood the zone. Duck Larange just goes, so you're just hit over the head. So many outrageous things happen. It's hard to keep track. Look at this. Let me see. Now, I didn't see the whole interview, but this is what Jerry has to say. Wasn't impressed with what I saw. Starmer appeared to be sucking up to the Cheeto. Wish world leaders would take a firm stand against him. Well, Germany has the new leader of Germany. He was just like, look, this is just absolutely bonkers. We need to kind of like, we need to kind of move on. Charlotte, hello, Charlotte, saying, Hogarth, you're so thorough. I know. I can't help it. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, someone's saying here, Yvonne's saying, I feel in March, the new COVID from Wuhan, China will reach the USA and another lockdown. Well, the thing is, I think what needs to be worried about more is bird flu. Yeah, bird flu. That's probably the one to watch out for. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Let's go into question number 2. See how I'm doing on time. I have to hurry up a bit. All right, so this is coming from Denise Ferguson. Thanks so much for your question. And it is a Netanyahu/Israel question. So, of course, for those that don't know, Netanyahu was in the AI video, by the way. Now, we don't know for sure if he gave his consent, but he's there. Yeah, the fact that Duck Larange put him in says everything, doesn't it? So Denise says, Netanyahu is 100% committed to the US proposal to take Gaza and displace Palestinians, she says. Israel is also gearing up its operations in the West Bank. I heard about this, yeah, while demanding complete demilitarization of southern Syria. Wow. Is Netanyahu depending on US military support to help him carry out his own agenda once hostages are released? And will the US comply? Well, I would say, given the video of Trump Gaza, where everyone's just kind of gyrating around and it's gold statues and beach condos, and I mean, Trump is fully signed up to this, yeah, which is basically ethnic cleansing, yeah. I shouldn't even laugh. I don't mean to laugh, and I don't want that to seem disrespectful. What I'm laughing at, or that reaction is, it is so absurd. It's just so absurd. It's beyond parody. And sometimes that comes out as a laugh. So I don't want you to think that I'm laughing, because I'm not. This is deadly serious, but I'm flabbergasted. Agog. That's the word. Oh, thank you so much. So Island, how do I say that? Island Breeze, of course. Island Breeze. Thank you so much for your kind donation. Oh, I know who you are. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Thank you so much for your kind donation. Thank you. Thank you, Anne. Um, yeah. So do you know what I mean? Sometimes it comes out in that way and it's not intentional. It's so outrageous. It's sometimes you just don't even know how to respond to this stuff. Anyway, Netanyahu. See, depending on US military to support to help in carrying out its own agenda once hostages are released, and will the US comply? Yeah, most likely. But let's just see what the cards have to say. Netanyahu, US, and Gaza, Trump Gaza plan. Oh, but you see, it's that Rahu energy. Remember, and that's why I showed you guys that Rahu. Rahu is outlandish, outrageous when in the shadow. And he's also associated with politics, politicians, and their thirst for greed, or their greed and thirst for fame and power. And America is in that energy right now, and it started in September 2015. My goodness. Right, let's see. Netanyahu. Mm. Mm. This is interesting. This is interesting. All right. So if we look here, so as you know, whenever I'm reading on the GOP or politics and like this, very often the family card comes out, and you guys know by now when this card comes out, it can often talk about the fake family, yeah, particularly when we're talking about GOP, these ideals that are presented which they themselves don't actually believe in. However, we're talking about Netanyahu here, we're talking about the West Bank, and we're talking about Trump, Gaza. Here, families. So he is on with this. Of course, he wants families to go there to this new. I say, oh my God. It's just so horrible. But look, yes, basically, it's like, I know. I know what families that I would like to go there. Or, building this happy new unit. Look, you see here, it's the vision. The vision. Yes. The Golden Hills. Yeah. So he shares the same vision as Dr. Ranj, yeah, for this brave new world, yeah. And Dr. Ranj has put it out as this 38-second AI video, yeah, with bearded belly dancers. You can't make it up. If you've not seen it, watch it. If we look here, I need to calm down, otherwise, the energy messes up things. If we look here in the obstacle position, we have the Page of Wands. But if the first card is positive, then this is reinforcing. The Page of Wands is the orator. Yeah, the orator. Wands, remember as well, deals with passion. But as you know, I associate it with entrepreneurship. This is about messages, announcements. This is literally Dr. Ranj putting out, announcing his vision, yeah, for Trump Gaza. But it means as well, because we're talking about Netanyahu, he's obviously wants to go along with it. He's in the video next to Trump, sipping drinks. However, look what's in the middle. The middle card anchors the reading, and we get the Tower. And we see here, if we look here, we have the two people falling down, and the tower has been struck by lightning and it's on flames, and there is a crown that's been dislodged. This can mean the fall, it means a downfall. It can mean a hubristic downfall. It can mean that a leader is deposed. Now, as you guys know, I've been talking a lot about the star Algol. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but Uranus is conjunct that star, and Algol deals with betrayal. Yeah. Now we've seen that theme of betrayal play out across the whole world. Yeah. Trump's betrayal of America. Those that voted for him are now feeling betrayed. Yeah. Although you can say that they wanted everyone else to suffer, but anyway, I don't want to get too much into the politics of it because you never know who's watching. There is the betrayal of Denmark via Greenland. There's the betrayal of Canada, the betrayal of Mexico, Panama. Yeah, and all of these betrayals. Europe feels betrayed, yeah, because it's been abandoned and ditched. Ukraine feels betrayed. Yeah. And this could be one of the ultimate betrayals if Netanyahu goes along with this. Because remember as well, he was facing court cases back in Israel anyway. And, I think even I can't speak for the Israelis, but let's just say this Trump video is very shocking. So we are entering a phase where leaders, global leaders, are really going to have to watch their back. Yeah, because it's also the star of beheading. Yeah, it's a binary star. It's actually two stars orbiting each other, but it's Medusa. Yeah, so it can mean someone loses their head in terms of madness, which we're seeing because Duck Larange is crazy. Only a crazy person would, especially a leader, would release a video like that. But it can also talk about people being deposed. So when this energy happened the first time back in the summer of 2024, Biden had to step down. Trump almost got assassinated twice. Retrograded, yeah, Uranus retrograded, crossed the star again. That was the November elections, 5th to 6th of November. It was exactly on the star, retrograded, now is stood still, and now is going direct, and it's going to cross the star for the third time, as you've heard me say before. So we're seeing all of that theme of betrayal because it's still conjunct the star, but this could be, again, when we're in this energy of maybe someone gets removed. Yeah, maybe someone's deposed. We've got the lunar eclipse coming up on March 14th. People rising up. Moon is the people. Then 2 weeks later, we have the solar eclipse. Solar eclipse is leaders, broadly speaking. And when a leader is eclipsed, something can happen. Someone exits stage left, or there's a major leader of, it could even be religious or something like that. I think the Pope is doing a bit better now, I hear, but you never know. Or people, big figures from music. Pisces is music. This was all happening in Pisces and Virgo. So maybe a big music video, a music figure leaves this earth. Could be something like that. Thank you, Ohio girl. Much appreciated. Going back to the card, we see here, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. So again, this can talk about money and finances, but this is also known as, the shadow of this card is the mercenary. Yeah, the mercenary. So it can deal with troops. Yeah, putting boots and troops on the ground. Yeah, but the goal is a financial incentive. Kind of says it all, really, doesn't it? So yeah. And then if we look here, the outcome card, it's the Two of Wands. Twos are always about planning and decisions to be made, no matter if it's the Two of Swords, Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Wands. But remember, wands are what? Entrepreneurship, business, making business decisions. And you can see here is the merchant literally looking at the globe. So it's a business decision. I'm going to say that Netanyahu and Trump have made a business decision to basically, they're looking at Gaza, the Gaza Strip. They're looking at the frontage and they're going, wow, that's a great piece of real estate on the sea. Yeah, I'm reading it backwards this time. So they've already made the decision. Yeah. Netanyahu is going to get his mercenaries in there, move the troops around to the correct place, probably with financial support as well from the regime. However, there is a shock. Yeah, there is a shock that comes in. Maybe the plan is not able to get executed, or maybe there's a strike. There might even be a strike, a coordinated strike on Israel, because of course the Middle East is outraged by any such idea, and most of the world is. Yeah, so there could be something that comes in that shoots down the plans, or is Netanyahu deposed, or what have you. Something unpredictable can happen. But at the moment, still speaking about this, announcing this messaging, because they want to resettle people there. There you go. Wow. I like reading the cards backwards from time to time as well. So I hope that's answered your question there. All right, let me have another slurp. All right, let's see who else is in the house. Let's just see here, Starmer. Oh, here we go. Fizzlers are saying, Starmer seemed to be playing him like a fiddle. Let's be honest. Flattery is the best way to get what you want out of Trump. It's true. And isn't that interesting? Because I've just seen that. And I only saw a tiny bit. I saw like a 1-minute Guardian clip because, of course, I didn't have time to go through the main press conference, which I think was about half an hour. But we saw that Knight of Cups, yeah? Charming, seduction, yeah? Sir Kier Starmer isn't the most charming person in the world, but if you lay on the flattery with Duck L'Orange, you know, just as Fizzler said, yeah, that gets you what you want most of the time. Wow, there's 853 of you here with me right now. Thank you so much. Let's see here. And then Michael says, I watched the interview. What an embarrassment for our country. Apologies to the UK. Well, you know, Sir Kier is just... he's got to do his little dance moves, isn't it? Our economy isn't so hot, but oh God, it's just awful. All of it's just awful. And then here, Kelly says, I'm late. Thankful to be able to rewind. Thank you, Kelly, for joining us. You'll see it obviously a little bit later. Let's see here. Bloomer says, I hope these world leaders are just trying to be polite in front of the cameras and not in private. Well, you can imagine what they'll be saying in private. You know, can you imagine? The world leaders will be like, did you see that video? You know, and remember you got the, you know, oh my, a bit, but the bearded belly dancers. You just can't make this up. Anyway, sweating a bit, getting a bit the energy. Anyway, this is also in from Denise. I need to hurry up with the questions. Zelenskyy was invited and will visit the US. Trump announced Zelenskyy will sign the rare minerals deal while here with US receiving 50% to reimburse the funds Ukraine received from the US. So it's extortion, basically, isn't it? Anyway, will Zelenskyy sign this deal, and does Trump have something planned to undermine Zelenskyy during his visit? So it's a good question. And then I had a little bit of a flash. I hope this doesn't happen. Anyway, I'll put here, Trump could, oh God, I don't even want to say it, but it just came in a flash. And I put here, Trump could have him, let's just say unalived or crashed, yeah, in a plane, crashed. And I'll put here, psychic flash, I hope not, yeah, I hope I'm wrong on that one, but as we know, there's been a lot of plane crashes of late, hasn't there? Just saying. What is it, 9 crashes now in the United States since Trump came in? And there was one the other day where there was a private plane taxiing across and another plane was coming down and it had to fly up to avoid hitting it. So I hope Zelensky's going to be okay. Anyway, so Trump has nothing planned to undermine. Will Zelenskyy sign the deal, and does Trump have something planned to undermine Zelenskyy during his visit? Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm not sure if Zelensky's got much choice, to be honest. He's held out, and he's hoping, quite rightly, for a peacekeeping force to be there which obviously Duck Orange doesn't want because his boss doesn't want that. We all know who his boss is. But Zelenskyy has to ask for that because you can't just give away all of that and not have any security protections. But of course, Britain is saying, we're willing to put troops down. So I have a feeling Keir Starmer is going to say, with his offer, I will put forward the troops. So the US doesn't have to put forward the troops, but you give us a cut of some of those minerals. Do you see? Yeah, if we look at it from that way. Maybe that's a bit cynical, but realpolitik, yeah, realpolitik, which is my favorite German word. All right, Zelenskyy. Will Zelenskyy sign the deal? I think he will because he doesn't have much choice, but let's see what the cards say. Will he be undermined? We see the tower show up again. That could talk about betrayal. Or if we see the high priestess, yeah, that's another one to watch out for in the political situation. The death card. Hopefully we don't see that. But let's see what shows up. This is another card that I didn't want to see. Oh dear. Wow. Oh my God. Oh. Ah. Oh man. This is pretty serious, guys. This is pretty serious with what I'm looking at. Remember I said, well, I don't want to see the death card, but you know, there's another card that I talk about, particularly in politics. And you know, I've described it as the career ending card. Do you know the one? Anyway, this is it. Four of Swords. Four of Swords. This card means retiring from the battlefield or being wounded in battle. Yeah, wounded in battle, meditation, reflection, stepping back from the fray. Obviously, Zelenskyy has been, you know, not his fault. He's been at war for 3 years now. Yeah, so there is a part of him that wants to rest. Part of him is tired. Part of him wants to step back from this. And even, to be honest, even so does Putinshka. Yeah. However, when I'm reading on politics, I have this card for me means the career ending card or someone being put to an end. So I'm a bit worried about that, given my little flash that I had. I hope I'm wrong. I'll happily be wrong on that all day. But I've got to say what I see. And the reason why I was like, look at the next card. Look what shows up in the obstacle position and reversed. Now, remember, I turn my cards the right way around. So if I get a reversal, it's even more pertinent. Look at this. The Empress card in reverse. And we all know who the Empress card is for me. It's always Russia. Always. Or maybe not always, but it is, you know. Do you remember when I was talking about once I had that flash and I said, what is under the Empress's skirts? Yeah, and I said, tumbleweed, yeah, and everything all blowing around, and there was a big tumbleweed storm. Obviously, I didn't cause the storm, but it was metaphorical for the infiltration of disinformation that Russia has been able to unleash across all of America and the world. Look, the card is back, showing up in the obstacle position, which means Russia wants Zelenskyy, yeah, unalived. So even though there, you know, there might be a situation where people might take more pop shots at Duck Orange or Elon or maybe some other senior political figure. Remember, this applies to the whole world as well. Could Zelenskyy be in a bit of danger? It could also apply to Netanyahu, as I said before. So we have to watch out to see how this Algol energy manifests. Uranus will be exactly on the star around about March 14th, 15th, if I remember correctly, which is also tax day in America. And I believe one of the things that maybe the states should do, maybe the blue states don't pay their federal tax. Maybe ordinary Americans don't pay their tax. Anyway, so there's that. Look in the middle card. Queen of Cups. Yeah, Queen of Cups. This card is very creative, but we're talking about the politics here. So this deals with what? Secrets. Secrets. Maybe a secret hatched plan. Does Russia have a secret plan, yeah, to unalive Zelenskyy? Yeah. Who's he hatching that plan with? Yeah. We look here. We have the Hierophant. Yeah. And of course, you can see here it is the pontiff. Yeah. So this can talk about religion. It can talk about orthodoxy, the conventional way of doing things. But this is also a card of government. Secret plan in the government. Yeah. No prizes for guessing, well, which government is obviously Duck L'Orange, yeah, US. And what would this secret plan be about? Vast resources. This is the card that I associate with the GOP as well, but it's not just that. It talks about big money, institutional money, legacies of all kinds, long-lasting money, long-lasting legacies. Zelenskyy is going there to potentially sign this big deal with America so they can get 50% of the mineral resources. That would be a legacy, wouldn't it? And could it be that once it's signed, maybe something happens to Zelenskyy and it's like, oh, the plane crashed. Oops. I don't know. Maybe that's too cynical, but let me know your thoughts on that, guys, because this card, this is bad news. Bad news. Well, it can also mean, it can mean the barren harvest as well. So it can mean, I suppose that this could also mean maybe he doesn't sign the deal, but I think he is. I think he's under so much pressure. You're not going to go all the way to the United States just to say no. Yeah. I think he's already agreed. He already said he's prepared to give up his presidency if it could mean that Ukraine could join NATO, which is not going to, you know, Dr. Orange's bosses aren't really going to allow that. But seeing that reversed Empress card means Russia, you know, it's got plans for entertainment purposes only, of course. I'll just add that in because, you know, the Ruskies, they like their, they take the psychic stuff and tarot stuff seriously, you know, they really do. All right, let's move on to the next question. Let me just scroll down and see who else is in the house. Yeah. Cuervo Jones is saying, yeah, it's shameful how the orange has attacked Zelenskyy. Yeah, frightening. Foggy says, yeah, I mean, just those cards. I mean, ooh, Algol, betrayal. You can see they have it in for him. Let's just see here. Denise says, don't know how Trump can be seductive and seduce so many people when I find him so repulsive. I wouldn't be able to hide it either if I was around him. Yeah, I mean, but he does, you know, greed is very powerful, you know. Greed is very powerful. You dangle money in front of people, man, wow. I mean, look how many people voted that way, thinking that it would advantage them personally, you know. And that's just a vote in an election. I mean, look at the consequences. So yes, he does have that quality, unfortunately. And I have, as you know, I've been saying at years, I said, guys, don't overlook the seduction. Remember, narcissists can be very, very charming people, you know. He knows what to say. He knows what people want to hear. As much as he enjoys flattery, he is able to do flattery as well. Do you see? So, you know, ah, man, but people keep taking the bait, don't they? Right. Manuela Orchid, here's your question. Thanks so much for writing one in. I think you also asked as well about whether there'd be a tsunami in Thailand, but oh gosh, almost it's, I mean, I wouldn't want any more disasters in the world. Not that reading on it would generate it, but I saw your question here. And you said a second question would be, if Trump now deals with Ukraine and Russia at the same time about resources, wonder how that will play out. Isn't he outing himself in a two-chair situation? So, well, we know where his loyalties lie. So let's pull some more cards to see if the cards will expand on that story they just told about my concerns with Zelenskyy. Yeah. So this is Trump in context of Russia and Ukraine. Yeah. Trump in context of Russia and Ukraine. His plans. Yeah. See what the cards have to say. If we see the Two of Cups, that or the that can talk about relationships, contracts. We see the Lovers, that also talks about, I associate as well with international trade, imports, exports, big decisions, tariffs, stuff like that, as well as marriage and relationships. So let's see here. Trump, Ukraine, Russia. Trump, Ukraine, Russia. What's the energies there? Trump, Ukraine, Russia. Trump, Ukraine, Russia. Ah! Zelensky will be betrayed, I think. Yeah. Oh, there's 960 of you here with me now. Thank you so much for joining me. And of course, click like, subscribe, all that jazz to help the channel. Oh, man. All right. If we look here, we have Judgment. Yeah. The Judgment card. And Judgment, if you see here, it's a great awakening, effectively. Look, this is what's happening. Yeah. In a way, you could say this great awakening coming up has the energy of this Judgment card. Yeah. Because everyone's judging the realities, yeah, that are emerging out. But this is about Trump, Ukraine, Russia. Yeah. But remember, I was just asking about Zelensky as well before. So, this on a certain level, I think this is the world judging Duck L'Orange and unfortunately America as a whole. Of course, look, you guys watching, you didn't vote for him, you didn't vote for any of this, but of course he's doing a lot of damage to America's international reputation, and there is that element of judgment because people are just like, whoa, there's this awakening, which is everyone's like, wow, we are in a new reality. In the obstacle position, we have the Knight of Wands. Normally, this can be quite a positive card. It talks about action. Yeah, it talks about taking initiative, passion. Remember, wands deal with business, but the shadow of this card is rash decisions. Yeah, so we look at it this way: rash decisions, impulsiveness, and immaturity. Yeah, my goodness, haven't we seen that? So this is talking about Trump's these negotiations between Russia and Ukraine. Do you see? The world is judging, but also as well, there's judgment coming from Duck L'Orange, and he's judged Zelensky. He's not been polite to him. If we look here in the middle, look at that. Three of Swords. So this is about betrayal, upset betrayal. So I think he's obviously gonna backstab, yeah, Zelensky, but also as well, I think this is just how many Americans are feeling. Yeah, many Americans are feeling about this, about Duck L'Orange. His approval ratings are plummeting. Yeah. But I think it's also the heartache the world feels. But look, the Tower card shows up again. What's it, second time tonight? So and this showed up with Netanyahu, didn't it? So this is something surprising, something unexpected. This could this be Americans in a way, or Americans fighting back, or something happens on the international stage that is beyond Duck L'Orange's control? And then here we have we've got the this is the oh God, Wheel of Fortune. God, my mind went blank. So it means entering a time into fate and destiny, but it's not a time of full control. So what that says to me is events could overtake circumstances. There could be some kind of surprise that is involved with this, with the deal between Ukraine and Russia. Could it be Russia feels betrayed? I mean, that would be more the ideal one, but I think it's more likely to be Zelensky with those cards that I read. But maybe something comes along to change, yeah, change the fortunes. But also as well, it'd be to change the fortunes of Trump, because so many people feel betrayed. And because we're talking about him, this is a tower moment. Is this another attempt on him? Yeah. Uranus very close to Algol. We'll have to see. All right, let's squeeze one more in. Thanks for your question, Manuela. And this is a really important question. Shizzle, it's now already. All right. So Lilith Murray says, good afternoon, Hogarth. Many Americans are starting to focus on the 2026 midterm elections as a means of voting out this GOP orange menace. My question is, will there be elections? We are dealing with someone so unhinged and resentful, he will pull anything. Yeah, he'll pull anything, and it goes dot dot dot. I missed a bit of the print off. So will they happen? Yeah, will the midterms happen? To be honest, I'm a bit worried if they will, but let's just see what the cards are. Midterms. Will they even happen? Midterms. Midterms. Will they even happen? Midterms. Let's have a little look, see. Yeah. Yeah. This is tricky, guys. Yeah. Look at the first card that's come out. Look, King of Pentacles. Yeah, we know this talks about Duck L'Orange, but it also talks about it also can talk about the oligarchy as well. So this is Trump. Yeah. We're talking midterms here. But it's not only just Trump, it's all of those that supporting him who are in it for the money, basically. Yeah. And thank you. I've got 960 odd of you joined me this evening. Thanks so much. Look at this. You saw me shuffle the cards. Betrayal. Yeah. There is a betrayal. So there may be an attempt to maybe even cancel the midterms. That's the way I look at that. I know that might sound alarmist, but I've been asked the question. And I have to read the cards. If we look here in the middle, we see that this is the card of partnerships, marriage, yeah, making deals. So I don't know, obviously, the Democrats are probably going to try and do their best to kind of get something to happen, but there's a deal and partnership here. Let's read the next card. The next card here is the Sun, which is normally a very positive card. But this can also talk about things being out in the open, everything becoming clear. So is it, and then I'll read the last card. Here again, business, and this also is talking about messages. Yeah, the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is known as the orator, but it can also deal with young people as well. Here, the Sun is also got a young person there as well, and that can also talk about children. What I'm thinking is that Dr. Orange and his cronies are going to try and betray people when it comes to the midterms. But if they do, people will get together, new alliances will be formed. And I think the people will rise up in a way, yeah, because it will be clear to everyone exactly what's happening. But this is a bright new day. And then here, people coming forward speaking, yeah, particularly the youth, energy, passion. So I'm going to say that Dr. Orange and the billionaires, the oligarchy, probably want to betray people in terms of midterms, but I think it's the case that the people rise up if they don't rise up already. I mean, the 2 years? Oh man, I don't know about that. That's a long time away. We're not even 2 months into this regime yet. We'll have to see. But I find that I'm just thinking even another 2 months of this might be too much. But anyway, I must leave it there because I'm a few minutes over. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me this evening. Much appreciated. Thank you, Yaira. I think that's how you say that. Thank you. I don't know if you say the H. Thanks for joining me. And let's just read a few more. Let's see here. Oh, I think it's Sheila here. Oh, Sheila, you're in there somewhere. Someone says, hi, Sheila. Can't wait for HOGARTH'S. Yes, which will see us on Saturday. What's this here? This, I don't understand this one, but how to say that name. Fellow Americans need to stop unnecessary spending from big corporations. Save for recession anyway. Protest and call their representatives. Yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice. Let's see here. And then Carmen saying hello to. I can't see where she is, but nice to see you anyway, Sheila. And all right, that was much earlier on. Oh God, let me scroll down. Look, let me just put newest comments here. Someone's saying here, it's the 2026 election and he's trying to get rid of votes. Yeah. The cards were very clear. And then saying, love you, Hogarth. Thank you so much. That's very kind. And let's see. Thank you, Hogarth. I'm getting an attempt will be made. President Zelenskyy will survive. Yes, indeed. Pray for him. Really, honestly, truly, please do. Pray for Zelenskyy. He needs everyone's help. And thank you, Vanessa, so much for your kind donation. I'm going to leave it there. Otherwise, this will go on for too long. So I really do appreciate everyone joining me here. And let's see how this unfolds. I think that was quite bombastic, wasn't it? The readings on that. So remember this one, it's now the 28th of Feb, but for you showing as 27th. So 27th of Feb, Thursday fry up. Let's make a mental note of this show and see what potentially comes true out of that. But I think it uncovered quite a lot already, didn't it? All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Big love. And I will see you, of course, on Saturday with Sheila. And we will see what will come out, and we look forward to answering your questions. So bye-bye for now. All right. Have a good evening. Cheers.